All right, YouTube, what's up? You're watching Carl German. We're here for some Roblox development now. This project that we're looking at right now that we just started 3 days ago is AI assistant Roblox doing a obstacle course, and we're done. Day 3, we were able to wrap up all the features that it needed. Now, a lot of AI stuff these days is done using a loop. They call it the, not the Millhouse. Who's the kid they always rag on for being dumb? But now they call it the Bart Simpson, but it's a loop so that you don't have to go manually test the project yourself to see if the AI did everything right. For instance, someone commented, this guy right here, that there was too much network performance being used up. A totally wrong solution that the AI gave me for moving platforms. It was incrementing like 30 times a second from the server to move the platform. It didn't know really where it was going to be from time to time, even though it's a predictable movement. So you're supposed to use a tween for that. Obvious stuff. I didn't know because I'm just asking the AI to do stuff for me. So I went back and I told the AI fix this, and it did, but it didn't fix it properly the first time. And then the second time it said, you know what? I was just using, instead of from negative distance to positive, I was going from 0 and back. And anyway, it even looked weirder than that. You know, it was like one of the platforms was looking even weirder than that. So I don't know what it did with the code in the background, but take a look now. It's live. The whole 10 phases that I asked for are playable. I probably told it, 300 pieces per phase. I wanted to see, how complete of a game it could do in one shot. And it did a pretty good job. Now, everything looked recurring too much. It looked too much repeating, and it looked like a bunch of junk. But actually, once I played it, because I needed to see if it was playable, the first step on a lot of the phases from the starting deck, spawn position, to get into the puzzle was actually missing. You couldn't actually do it. Some of them, it was a very difficult jump. Some of them, it was just missing. So once I got, a few pieces in there to get you into the obstacle course, once I played it, it was actually really genius. You had teleports. It would just teleport you to nowhere unless you luckily landed on something. So the teleport was actually like you failed. Sort of an instant, non-instant failure. It would teleport somewhere and drop you. You got moving platforms, right? Going back and forth. Those were too fast. So you had to slow them down. And of course, buddy in the comments, thank goodness, told me tween those. So I just told the AI to tween those. We got that working. We got that all figured out. Then, AI really just speeds you up, getting you into something a lot more advanced, right? Because with all this extra time that I saved, this probably would have took me weeks and weeks to design something like this myself. But all the little brick pieces and all the stuff like that, it kind of gave me a starting kit to make what I wanted to make with an obstacle course in Roblox. So, we had, it had the spinners, it had the damage bricks like the lava, it had the elevator moving platforms that come up and out of the lava. It had something called like a pusher or whatever, where it kind of looked like a button that you would push, but the button went in and then it was a moving platform. But if you jumped and bumped into the moving platform, there was just enough of a ledge there. So that's an interesting piece. Any of this, I wouldn't have really been able to design. I mean, you could get this in a kit somewhere. I guess I could make a kit. But for the AI to just give all of that and give it the right textures in terms of like each phase has its own texture pack, basically, with a name. So that's what it did. It gave me 10 levels. Each one has a cool name, like Wooden Factory or whatever. Metal bits and bobs, whatever. So it's playable now. I went through and tested every single level, and it is actually kind of amazing. One of them, for instance, neon, like you really get used to those teleports. Don't hit the teleport. It is a neon textured square. And in the beginning, I thought for the first level, okay, this is all going to be junk. So let me make the first level myself and let me make it relatively easy and let's get creative with it. And I did that, and I used a teleport in there, and I didn't really know how far the code was going to go. I didn't look at the code. So I just went through the teleport. I dropped a huge platform that I could land on, and then I looked up and kind of shrunk it down from there. So I did it by eye. But then the rest of the levels, I didn't put anything for the teleport to actually bring you anywhere. It just makes you lose. And then on the one level is neon something. So everything is neon, which is kind of hard on the eyes, but I don't know, it might look good. I have to test it. But everything is the same neon texture as the teleport. So when you do actually hit a teleport, you have to memorize where the teleport is, because you're hitting it by accident, and you don't even know whether that's a real piece or a teleport because the textures are all the same. So that actually, you know, was kind of exciting the most. Now, what I should title this probably, well, let's go with something like that. People love that. Impossible game. AI made me an impossible obstacle course and I beat it or played it or whatever. So that is kind of true. Now, when you're looking at it, it seems more impossible than you think, which is why what the AI made as a pattern was so ingenious. All the levels are different. They are good. They are different. They are different textures, but what I will do is I wanted to keep as difficult as it was. I wanted to see if it was possible, and if it was just barely possible, keep it as the most difficult path. And what we're going to do then for this project is, you know, make a lot of more lengthy paths that take a lot longer to go down, and paths where you can fall down onto a lesser suboptimal path. So all of this kind of pathing I will put in going forward, but what we have right now is the AI game. Some of the courses I've added manual stuff, but you have the AI game with all of the features that you need for an obstacle game, such as restart and checkpoints, maybe a double jump. Everything's working. If you almost make a thing and you get stuck on it, there's a double jump to climb. It didn't really make the climb. It kind of double jumps backwards. Not ideal, but that's where we got so far. So everything's working. And go check it out on Roblox. Play it on PC. Play it on mobile. Let me know how it goes in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm very interested in keeping this going to, you know, do as I said with this obstacle course game, because I've never made one before, and I'm trying to, you know, branch into a lot of different things. I got a nunchuck thing going, a sword one, a motorcycle one, and a World War I game that's already there, but needs a lot of work for like a single player and mobile support. It's called Trench to Trench. But yeah, very excited for Roblox. Using the AI, very cool. And, you know, this has been Carl German. Thanks for joining me on my path in this game development. And, of course, I have Big Flip Basketball that you should check out on the phone. I think Apple just crushed my account, so it's not available on Apple because I owe them $136. But as soon as I give Apple $136, we are back in business, baby. So, you know, we also have the website coming, which I used AI setup to make with ChatGPT Plus in VS Visual Studio Code on the computer. So you can actually have AI, ChatGPT Plus, manipulating code files on your computer to make a website. That's very cool. Got to do a video about that. So website coming soon. Everything, stay with me. Check it out. Thanks. Bye.